This is the Yankees POSTCAST, your instant game reaction for the New York Yankees. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network. Your team every day.
All right, folks, Sunday Night Baseball, which of course features the Yankees and Mets, will be the rubber game of three. That's because today the Mets beat the Bombers 3-2 in a thriller. Griffin Canning, the start for the Mets. Also Clark Schmidt, the start for the Bombers. Both were pretty good, but the bullpens were the deciders after all. Francisco Lindor, a sac fly in the top of the ninth. Edwin Diaz shuts the door in the bottom of the ninth, including striking out Aaron Judge to end it. Again, 3-2 the final score, setting up a rubber game. Hello, everyone. I'm Jay Berman. If you're a New Yorker, you might recognize my work. I've spent more than 2 decades in the biz, everything from TV to web to radio. Glad to have you. Please follow me on X at Jay Berman, Jayberman. Welcome to the Locked On Yankees postcast, both on the Locked On Yankees YouTube channel and the Locked On Yankees podcast feed. The postcast gives you a place to chat after every game. We're part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day. Also want to tell you that today's episode is brought to you by Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your very first purchase.
This is what you'll be talking about.
All right, we are off after a 3-2 Met win over the Yankees. As we said, a 1-run loss. Yanks fall to 26-19 on the season. They're 14-9 at home. The loss goes to Fernando Cruz, who obviously pitched or at least issued a walk to Luis Torrens in that ninth inning that proved to be fateful. Cruz takes the loss an inning and a third. He allowed that go-ahead run, needed 26 pitches to register his 4 outs. Regardless, it was a tight one. After the Cody Bellinger home run in the bottom of the 6th inning, that got things tied at 2. And as we said, it would last that way into the 9th before the sac flying RBI from Lindor gives the Mets, a 3-2 lead. In the bottom of the 9th, you were getting Wells as a pinch hitter, obviously top of the lineup in Rice, and then Judge. 3 up, 3 down for Diaz. And again, the Yankees lose 3-2. Yanks managed 8 hits on the afternoon, 2 each for Dominguez, Volpe, and LeMahieu. We'll get to DJ coming up. He had quite the afternoon. Reed Garrett, who is the reliever for the Mets, and quite frankly was terrible today, he gets the win, believe it or not. Just goes to show how funny statistics in baseball can be. DJ was great, both at the plate and in the field. He hit rockets all over the place, had 2 hits, drove in a run, and scored a run. Again, for LeMahieu, in his 5th at-bat of the season, wall scraper, exactly what you expect in Yankee Stadium, especially from a good righty hitter who loves to go to right field. That, of course, is LeMahieu. The solo shot, his first home run since July 31st of last year, almost a full year since LeMahieu has gone yard. And despite the fact that it was a wall scraper, they all count the same, a bomb in the book. And again, that home run gave the Yankees a 1-0 lead. Clark Schmidt would give 2 back right in the very next half inning, top of the 4th. Clark Schmidt was good, not great today. He walked 5, which obviously was a killer. It was, or at least ties a career high for most walks in a game for Schmidt, again, with 5. Aaron Boone tried to get him into the 7th. In fact, he faced the first hitter in the 7th through 1 pitch. It was a hit from Luis Torrens, and that was it. So essentially, Schmidt is a 6-inning pitcher now, and essentially Griffin Canning for the Mets is a 5-inning pitcher, both coming out for what the manager wanted to be an extra inning, but neither could get through it. Now, the Yankee bullpen, or at least between Leiter Jr. and Hill, was pretty good. They got an inning and 2/3 under their belt, throwing just 19 pitches and not allowing a run. But obviously, Fernando Cruz, in that difficult 9th inning, could not get the job done, needed 26 pitches before he got out of the 9th. Again, Edwin Diaz, who has been shaky to say the least, despite the fact that he hasn't blown a save this year. He gets the save, his 10th of the season. The Mets only had one hitter with 2 hits. Mets, in fact, only had 6 hits on the afternoon, 3 given up by Clark Schmidt. Pete Alonso had 2 hits for New York. And again, he was the only hitter in the Met lineup with 2 hits. As for Aaron Judge, a rough day. 0 for 5, struck out 3 times. Believe it or not, because he's been so hot of late, his average plummets to .402. And believe it or not, his on-base percentage was .500 coming into today. That's now below .500 at .488, still slugging .753. But again, Judge 0 for 5 with 3 Ks, including the final out of the game. So again, a tough afternoon for Aaron Judge and company. As we said, DJ LeMahieu hit rockets all over the field, including his outs. But one of the biggest plays of the game, a defensive play from LeMahieu, almost turned into a rally-killing out. Instead, it led to that 9th inning run. LeMahieu made an excellent stop on a ball, one in which he could not recover before throwing to first base. And of course, the Mets would eventually get the run in the 9th inning. So despite the fact that he got to the ball in the 9th inning, he was not able to make the play. Despite all that, LeMahieu was brilliant today. More on him coming up. Anthony Volpe had 2 hits, ups his average to .242. He's been pretty good of late. Jason Dominguez had 2 hits. And although we still have some adventures in left field, pretty much on every fly ball to left field that he is under, it's some nervous times when the ball is in the air out in left field. Despite that, Dominguez has raised his average to .246, so not terrible. Paul Goldschmidt also takes an offer. He lowers his average to .341. Ben Rice again with the hit. Austin Wells had a chance in the 9th inning. He pinch hit for Escara in that 9th inning, but strikes out to lead off the top of the 9th inning. And again, the Yankees fall short 3-2 to the Mets. And as we said, it sets up a rubber game of 3 Fried and Peterson Sunday night. Again, Sunday night baseball. That game will be on ESPN. Still have to do player of the game and some very interesting series coming up for the Yankees. We'll take a look. All right, we'll start with game time. Have you ever decided at the last minute to head to a ball game with friends or family? Well, maybe it's game day and you suddenly realize you want to be in the stands. Well, that's exactly where Game Time comes in. It's the easiest way to grab last-minute tickets without the stress. With the money you save on tickets, you can splurge on food, drinks, merch, or even invite a bigger group to come with you. Game Time makes it possible. Game Time makes buying tickets fast and simple. Prices on the app actually drop the closer you get to first pitch, and they've got incredible last-minute deals, clear seat views, and a lowest price guarantee that takes the worry out of buying. Game Time is the official ticketing partner of Locked On MLB, making it easy to browse the app for an exciting upcoming MLB game. Guess what? You can download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account, redeem code LOCKEDONMLB for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last-minute tickets, lowest price, guaranteed. All right, next up is FanDuel. The NBA playoffs are in full swing, and every night delivers. Highlight-worthy performances are right there for the taking. Also, major momentum shifts and can't-miss moments. It's all there. Whether it's a game-winning shot or a breakout player, there's never been a better time to get in on the action. FanDuel makes it easy to stay in the game before tip-off and live. With player props, performance trends, and same-game parlays, fans have more ways than ever to play smart and win big. If you've got a read on who's heating up, why not back it up with the same game parlay? Start with the Eastern Conference Finals, of course, between the Knicks and the Pacers. It begins on Wednesday. Well, are you new to FanDuel? Well, it's the perfect time to sign up. Head to FanDuel.com, place your first bet, $5 bet. If it wins, you'll get $200 in bonus bets. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sports betting partner of the NBA. All right, we are back, and you know what time it is. It's time for this.
This is the Locked On Player of the Game.
All right, always tough to do these in a loss, but today it's going to DJ LeMahieu again. In his fifth at-bat of the season, hits a home run. That gave the Yankees an early 1-0 lead. He also made several key defensive plays that held the Mets down, at least for a while, before they would eventually take the lead and win. LeMahieu, he had 2 hits in 4 at-bats, and again, a couple of defensive gems, so he is our player of the game. As for the probables for tomorrow night, that will feature an excellent pitching matchup, a pair of southpaws. Max Fried, who's been so good for the Yankees, and David Peterson has been pretty good for the Mets. So that will be a very interesting Sunday night game. And again, that'll start at 7. On Monday, the Yankees will welcome in the Texas Rangers for the first of 3. On Tuesday, the Yankees are off Monday. On Tuesday, Texas comes in for 3, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Thursday afternoon. We will see Jacob deGrom, most likely on Wednesday, Will Warren on Tuesday. No Yankee starter has been announced for Wednesday as of yet. Rodon and Eovaldi will go in the afternoon affair on Wednesday. But again, 1 more with the Mets tomorrow night, then 3 with the Texas Rangers before another brutal West Coast swing. 3 in Colorado, 3 in LA for the Angels, 3 in LA for the Dodgers. Again, a monster 9-game West Coast swing that'll take us into early June. So buckle up, folks. It's going to be an interesting time, an interesting end of May for the Yankees. All right, there's no set date for Giancarlo Stanton to begin a rehab assignment, that according to Aaron Boone. So it's still wait and see for the big guy. Also, some not good news. Jake Cousins has been shut down for almost a week. No throwing. He experienced pec discomfort following a live BP session. That also, according to Aaron Boone. So again, Jake Cousins shut down for almost a week. Giancarlo Stanton, no set date as of yet to begin a rehab assignment. All right, Mets beat the Yankees today 3-2. The Mets pushed across a run in the top of the 9th inning to take the lead, and then a 1-2-3 bottom of the 9th, including a strikeout of Aaron Judge to end it. Judge's 3rd strikeout of the day, takes a collar, 0 for 5. And again, the Mets win it 3-2. By the way, the Mets are 29-17. So their record is still best in the National League East. As for the Yankees, they're still the best record in the American League East. Again, 3-2 the final score. Interesting afternoons for Mark Leiter Jr., Tim Hill. They both were pretty good. Did not use too much of the effort, if you will, tonight. Leiter threw just 8 pitches, all strikes, an inning. Well done. Tim Hill, 2/3 of an inning, threw 11 pitches. Point being, they're fresh. And they will be tomorrow night. And obviously with the off day on Monday, will be fresh for the Texas Rangers series as well. Clark Schmidt, 6 innings, 3 hits, 2 earned, 5 walks. As we said, that ties a career high. Also struck out 5 through 88 pitches. And Aaron Boone tried to push him into the 7th inning. 1 pitch. He threw 1 pitch in the 7th inning, gave up a hit to left field to the catcher, Terens, and that was it. Schmidt, again, 6 innings, 2 earned, 5 walks, and 5 strikeouts. All right, thanks for making Locked On Yankees your first listen today. For your second listen, check out the all-new Locked On MLB Game Night. Every game, every night, all season long. Get local analysis on a national scale. Find MLB Game Night on Locked On MLB on YouTube or wherever you listen to podcasts. Also want to mention our partners in crime at Locked On Yankees. That's Stacey Gotsulias and Brian McKeon. Again, they're everywhere on Locked On Yankees. They're the best, so follow, subscribe, and enjoy. Again, 3-2, the final score as the Mets beat the Yankees. Sets up a rubber game of 3. And as we said, a very, very interesting pitching matchup Sunday night will give the advantage to the Yankees. Of course, it's Max Fried and David Peterson. Fried has been all-world, the best pitcher in all of baseball through the first, we'll call it 6 or 7 weeks of the regular season. He's been brilliant, worth every cent the Yankees gave him. And now They'll go for the rubber game of 3 against the Mets Sunday night. Again, 3-2 final score. Just a couple of notes before we leave. Again, Giancarlo Stanton, no rehab assignment yet. Jake Cousins out 4 to 5 days. He's been shut down. Again, 3-2 final score. Yanks lose, setting up a game 3 rubber match. Of course, that will be Sunday night as well. All right, as we said, immediately following Sunday night, should be fun. We'll be with you. Again, 7:05 first pitch on ESPN. Until then, have a great night.